The aluminum back connects with locker metal, echoing like a gunshot through Preston Valley High's corridor. A sophomore crumples against the wall. Bryce Hale towers over him, 6 feet 1 inch of quarterback muscle in a Letterman jacket. He taps the bat against his palm, rhythm deliberate. You know what happens to snitches here? They transfer or keep their mouths shut about who writes their essays. The kid's eyes dart toward the main office. No one interrupts Bryce Hale. Not when his father donated $500,000 for the athletics wing. Not when USC scouts have him circled in red. Mr. Hale. The voice cuts through the tension. My classroom now. Elena Price stands in her doorway, 5 feet 6 inches in a white blouse and navy slacks. She looks like every other new teacher. They usually last a semester. But something stops Bryce. The way she stands, weight on the balls of her feet. Her eyes track the bat before they meet his face. He drops the weapon. The sophomore scrambles away. Bryce swaggers toward her. You must be the new history teacher. Used to be a cop. Was? Elena corrects. Past tense matters in history. Inside, Bryce drops into a desk. So what? Detention? My dad's the athletic director. Elena sets her bag down. I'm returning your essay. You cited 3 sources. 2 don't exist. The third is Wikipedia. Rewrite it by Friday or you fail. My dad's not going to like this. Your father doesn't take my class. You do? You know what happened to the last teacher who failed me? She taught here 3 years. Then suddenly she's applying for transfers. Intimidation's covered under Title IX. Section 106.31 applies to faculty and staff. Whatever. I'll tell my dad you're targeting me. He shoves back. Enjoy it while it lasts. Elena waits until his footsteps fade, then reaches into her bag for a small digital recorder. Checks the timestamp, returns it to the inner pocket. The cafeteria operates on a rigid hierarchy. Athletes own the center tables. 20 feet away, Marcus Hale works the crowd like a politician. Polo shirt, khakis, championship ring catching light. Elena sits alone near the windows. A handbook open in front of her. Department of Education Title IX Compliance Guidelines. Bold choice. Sarah Chen, 10th grade English teacher, slides into the chair opposite. Reading federal statute in the lion's den. Just brushing up on Title IX. Word travels fast. Bryce is telling everyone you threatened to fail him for no reason. I threatened to fail him for plagiarism. There's a difference. Not to Marcus Hale. Sarah nods toward the center. Marcus has his arm around a parent, but his eyes keep drifting toward Elena's table. He built this program for nothing. That's power. Power protects people until it doesn't. Then it becomes evidence. Sarah studies her. You really were a cop. Was. Past tense. As Elena walks toward the trash bins, Sarah notices something. Elena doesn't take the direct route. She angles wide, keeping her back never fully to the room. The hallway's empty during lunch. Elena walks toward her classroom, keys in hand. Room 217, second floor, east wing. Corner position. She requested it specifically. Footsteps behind her. Too heavy to be a student. Too deliberate. Miss Price. Marcus Hale's voice echoes. Got a minute? Elena stops, slips her keys into her pocket. When she faces him, she's moved 3 steps to the left. Back to the lockers. Clear line of sight to both ends. Marcus closes the distance. My son tells me you embarrassed him today. Your son plagiarized. I graded accordingly. Bryce has a full ride riding on his performance this semester. One bad grade could mess that up. He can rewrite it by Friday. Marcus takes another step. The smile doesn't reach his eyes. I don't think you understand how things work here. Preston Valley is a community. We take care of our own. Teachers who get that, they thrive. Ones who don't, they find opportunities elsewhere. Title IX protects students and staff. Retaliation falls under Section 1983 federal law. Marcus' smile freezes. He leans closer. Good luck proving it. Then he's past her, shoulder brushing hers just hard enough to make a point. Elena waits until the stairwell door closes. Reaches into her bag. The recorder's still running. She stops it, checks the timestamp. October 14th, 12:47 p.m. Marcus Hale, verbal threat. She emails it to Cloud Backup, deletes the local copy. Inside her classroom, she opens a drawer. A small notebook. Pages filled with dates, times, names. Incident log, Elena Price, Preston Valley High. She adds today's entry. Flips back to the first page. September 21st. At the bottom, objective, build case. Estimated duration, 3 to 4 weeks. Method, systematic documentation. It's identical to how police build investigation files. The notification arrives at 6:30 a.m. on day 5. School email. Subject, formal complaint requires your response. Anonymous complaint. Allegations, inappropriate comments, aggressive teaching methods. 3 incidents from the past week. Elena opens her laptop, pulls up the metadata. Sent from Preston Valley High's internal network. Athletic office. Timestamp, 11:47 p.m., October 18th. She cross-references her phone log. At 11:47 p.m., Marcus Hale posted on Instagram from school. Elena screenshots everything. Saves it to 3 folders. The staff lounge during morning break. Elena sits alone, laptop open. Sarah drifts over. Heard about the complaint? Principal Foster's calling a board meeting. I know. I'm preparing my response. How did you? Sarah stops, sees the metadata analysis. How do you know how to do that? Digital forensics isn't complicated if you know what to look for. That's not reading. That's investigation. Who are you? Elena meets her eyes. For 3 seconds, there's something beneath the teacher mask, something cold and competent. Then it's gone. Someone who doesn't lose easily. The board meeting scheduled for October 23rd. Elena spends 6 days teaching like nothing's wrong and documents everything. Every time Marcus walks past her classroom, every time Bryce shows up late with a smirk. The timeline grows. 18 entries, all time-stamped. On day 9, Elena finds her car keyed. Deep gouges spelling QUT. She photographs it, checks the parking lot cameras. The one covering her space has a convenient malfunction. She walks the perimeter, sketches the camera positions. She's mapping a crime scene. That evening, her phone rings. Unknown number. She lets it go to voicemail. Heavy breathing. Then Jake, Bryce's linebacker friend. You should leave, Miss Price, while you still can. The next day, Marcus follows her to the parking lot after late tutoring. October 21st, 7:18 p.m. The lot's mostly empty. Working late. Marcus's voice comes from behind her. Too close. Helping students who want to learn. Bryce doesn't need your help. Marcus closes the distance. He needs you to understand that some kids are more important than others. He reaches out, hand on her shoulder. Grip tightens. Elena's breathing changes. Her eyes lose focus for half a second. Flashback. Hospital lights. Someone screaming. Then she's back. Pulls away smoothly. Don't touch me again. Or what? You'll file a complaint? Good luck with that. Elena's bag beeps softly. The recorder she activated when he approached. She gets in her car, drives away. In the rearview mirror, she watches him pull out his phone. The board meeting happens October 24th, Conference Room B, 7 members. Marcus Hale sitting casual as someone who's never lost. Elena enters at 7 p.m. Principal Foster opens. Miss Price, you're aware of the complaints. I am. Do you have a response? Elena pulls out a folder. I have documentation suggesting the complaints are retaliatory. Marcus leans forward. What evidence could possibly excuse inappropriate conduct? The kind that shows conduct never happened. The complaints cite October 7th, 12th, and 16th. On October 7th, I was at a district training in Baltimore. 15 witnesses. October 12th, I was meeting with Principal Foster. His calendar confirms it. October 16th, I wasn't on campus. Doctor's appointment. Board members exchange glances. The complaint was filed from the athletic office at 11:47 p.m. on October 18th, when Mr. Hale posted to social media from that location. I can provide metadata analysis. That doesn't prove anything, Marcus says. Anyone could have used that computer. True. But combined with 3 weeks of documented intimidation, threats, and vandalism, it establishes a pattern. What documented intimidation? This is the moment. She could show them everything. 12 recordings, the timeline. But something stops her. Not yet. Marcus has too much pull. I'm compiling it. I want it to be thorough. The board deliberates for 40 minutes. Sarah appears in the hallway. You know they're going to vote against you. I know. Then why didn't you show them everything? Because I need them to think they've won. People get sloppy when they think they're safe. The door opens. Miss Price, the board has voted 4-2 to place you on administrative leave pending investigation. 2 weeks minimum. You're not to come on campus except to collect personal items. Marcus doesn't say anything. The smile says it all. Sarah's waiting by the stairs. I'm sorry. He's too powerful. Elena opens her bag, pulls out her keys. One slips, falls. Sarah bends to pick it up, freezes. The key fob has a badge number. 4721 LAPD. You're not just a teacher. I'm exactly what they need me to be. Elena spends day 14 clearing her classroom. She arrives at 6:45 p.m. Parking lot nearly empty. From the locked drawer, the notebook, the timeline, the evidence. Footsteps echo. Heavy, deliberate. Marcus Hale leans against the door frame. Bryce stands behind him. Didn't expect to see you here, Marcus says. I have until Friday. Suspended, Bryce corrects. Not terminated yet. She moves toward the door. They don't step aside. Funny thing about investigations, Marcus says. This is a small community. Word travels. Other districts hear about complaints. They don't ask questions. You understand? I understand you believe you're untouchable. But you should ask yourself why someone with my background would take a job at a school where the athletic director has this much power. What kind of person walks into the lion's den without an exit strategy? Bryce shifts. Dad, let's go. Marcus doesn't move. You think you're smart. Recording conversations, taking notes. But this town loves winners. You're just another teacher who couldn't handle the pressure. We'll see. She walks toward them. They step aside. This isn't over, Marcus calls. Elena stops. I know. The parking lot's darker than it should be. 2 street lights out. She's halfway across when she hears an engine start. Marcus' black truck. Headlights flare. The truck moves toward her. It stops 10 feet away. Marcus gets out. Bryce emerges. In the dim light, Elena sees something in Bryce's hand. Aluminum bat. You should have left when you had the chance. Marcus says. Now we're doing this the hard way. Elena sets her box on the hood carefully. Doing what? Assault? Battery where cameras might be working? The cameras aren't working. Maintenance issue. She counts vehicles. 3 cars besides hers and the truck. Someone's here. Someone's always here. Doesn't mean they'll see anything. Marcus nods to Bryce. Show her we're serious. Bryce advances, bat on his shoulder. You failed me. Cost me my scholarship. You plagiarized. I graded accordingly. Walk away, Bryce. Elena's voice doesn't waver. While you still can. He laughs. Or what? Walk away. Final warning. Bryce raises the bat. You don't give warnings here. Elena pulls out her phone, props it against her windshield wiper, angle facing the confrontation. Red light blinking. What are you doing? Marcus demands. Documenting. Because in about 90 seconds, one of you is going to do something you can't take back. And when this goes to trial, I want the jury to see exactly how it started. There's not going to be a trial. Bryce doesn't hesitate. The bat comes off his shoulder. Last chance to apologize. For teaching you there are consequences? Elena doesn't move. Walk away. I'm begging you. Why? You scared? No. I'm trying to protect you from what happens next. But if you swing that bat, everything changes. I promise you, you don't want that. The parking lot goes silent. Somewhere near the dumpsters, a car door quietly opens. Bryce takes a step. You don't scare me. The bat rises. Final warning. Stop now. Bryce swings. The bat arcs toward Elena's head, full force. Elena moves. Not away. Into it. Her body drops 6 inches. The bat whistles over her head. Her hands come up. Both palms catch the bat mid-swing. She rotates, uses Bryce's momentum, twists downward. The bat tears from his grip, hits pavement with a metallic clang. Bryce stumbles. Elena's hand catches his wrist. Police wrist lock. His arm rotates. In less than 2 seconds, he's face down on the truck's hood, her knee against his lower back. Stay down. Marcus rushes forward. Get off him! Stop or I'll defend myself from you too. Marcus doesn't stop. His hand reaches for her shoulder. Elena releases Bryce, sidesteps. Marcus' momentum carries him past. Her shoulder check catches him center mass. He stumbles backward, hits the truck door. Both men on the ground or against vehicles. Elena standing between them and the bat. She picks it up, holds it in defensive position. Stop! Movement near the dumpsters. Mr. Davies stands frozen, trash bag in hand. Beside him, Mia from junior year. Phone raised, recording. Marcus sees them, sees the phones. She attacked us, he says. You saw her. I saw Bryce swing first. Mr. Davies' voice shakes, but he doesn't back down. I saw everything, and I'm testifying. Mia nods. My phone caught it all. He tried to hit her. She defended herself. Elena lowers the bat, sets it on the ground, steps away. You think I didn't see this coming? She looks at Marcus, at Bryce. I've been a cop for 12 years. Gang unit, Los Angeles Police Department. I know how men like you operate. Push until someone breaks, then play victim. She takes a breath. I recorded every word, every threat. 12 conversations over 3 weeks, timestamped, backed up. I know about the fake complaints, the evaluations you rigged, the witnesses you pressured. Mr. Davies, Sarah Chun, 3 other teachers who were too scared to come forward. Marcus' face goes pale. I have the metadata. I traced the IP address. I documented your social media posts. I have recordings of you threatening my employment, vandalizing my property, following me after dark. Her hand trembles. I stayed quiet because I needed you to feel safe. Safe enough to show who you really are. Because I knew you'd escalate, that your ego would make you sloppy. Tears edge her voice. I swore after I left the force that I'd never use violence again after I put someone in the hospital during a justified arrest. He was armed, came at me with a knife. I did everything by the book. But when I was done, he was on a gurney. Even though internal affairs cleared me, I still hear him screaming. She looks at the bat. I tried teaching, tried being gentle. But when your son swung at my head with enough force to fracture my skull, self-defense isn't violence. It's survival. And I'm done surviving in silence. Absolute silence. Marcus has nothing to say. Elena pulls out her phone. Dials 911. Puts it on speaker. 911. What's your emergency? This is Elena Price. Separated service. Badge number 4721. Los Angeles Police Department. I'm at Preston Valley High, parking lot B. I need to report an assault with a deadly weapon. 2 suspects detained. Multiple witnesses. Are you injured? Negative. Suspect subdued. Self-defense situation. I need a unit now. Dispatching. Sirens approach. 2 patrol cars arrive. Officers exit, hands on weapons. 1 woman approaches Elena. Stops, stares. Elena. Sarah. Officer Sarah Chun, Elena's ex-partner. 8 years on LAPD gang unit before transferring here. Sarah takes in the scene. What happened? Elena gives the short version. Sarah's expression shifts to grim understanding. You've been building a case. For 3 weeks. Sarah looks at Marcus. You're the athletic director. She signals her partner. Read them their rights. Assault with a deadly weapon. Intimidation. Conspiracy. As the partner cuffs Marcus and Bryce, Sarah turns to Elena, lowers her voice. Why didn't you call me earlier? Because I needed him to commit. 1 threat could be he said, she said. But a pattern escalation, assault with witnesses? That's a conviction. You set this up. You let yourself be the target. I documented it. He chose every action. I just made sure there was a record. The investigation moves quickly. Elena provides her evidence. 12 recordings, timeline, metadata analysis, witness statements. Everything cross-referenced. The school board holds an emergency meeting 48 hours later. Elena brings a lawyer. Principal Foster opens. Miss Price, we owe you an apology. The investigation revealed systematic misconduct we failed to identify. You were placed on leave based on fabricated complaints. That was wrong. Unanimous vote. Reinstatement with back pay, full exoneration. Elena stands. I want to know what you're doing to make sure this never happens again. What protections are you implementing for teachers who report misconduct? The board looks uncomfortable. The chair speaks. We're instituting a whistleblower protection policy. Independent review of complaints, term limits for department heads. And Mr. Hale is terminated, effective immediately. Within a week, 3 other teachers come forward. Stories of intimidation threats. Each credits Elena with giving them courage. I almost didn't record it, Mia tells her. Then I remembered you didn't back down, so I didn't either. Marcus faces trial. The DA files felony charges. His lawyer tries for a plea. He's a pillar of the community, the defense argues. He attacked a teacher with a bat after 3 weeks of documented intimidation. The judge interrupts. That's not a mistake. That's a pattern. Plea denied. Bryce pleads guilty. Juvenile court, community service, loss of his scholarship. The trial lasts 2 weeks. Elena testifies for 6 hours. The jury deliberates for 90 minutes. Guilty on all counts. 3 months later, Elena stands in the same parking lot spot. Dusk. The street lights fixed. Security cameras upgraded. Her phone buzzes. Email. Subject: DA Consulting Position, Field Training Academy. They want instructors with tactical experience, the ability to teach new agents how to survive situations that go sideways. The next day, her classroom's full. Students working on essays about civil rights. A hand raises. Miss Price, what made you become a teacher? I wanted to protect people without hurting them. Turns out sometimes you do both. After class, she finds a note on her desk. No signature. Coach's uncle runs the boosters at Jefferson High. Heard what you did. Says he needs to have a conversation about athletic program oversight. Elena reads it twice, folds it, puts it in her bag next to the notebook she still keeps. She looks at the DA email again. Still hasn't replied. Part of her wants to go back, to use the skills she spent 12 years honing. But another part looks at the classroom, at the students who watch her differently now, as proof that standing up works. That documentation beats intimidation. Instead, she opens a new email to the superintendent. Subject: Jefferson High Athletics Program, Request for Voluntary Compliance Review. She starts typing. Because maybe teaching isn't about avoiding who you were. Maybe it's about using who you were to protect who they'll become. The cursor blinks. Elena smiles, types 3 words. I'm still listening. Then she hits send.